just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. When I heard this new version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies.
Velma came out this year, and it's pretty safe to say it might have just sucked a little bit. Or should I say it apparently sucked. I never actually got round to watching the show due to it seemingly being spawned in by Satan himself. But today I thought some of my favourite games and TV shows have terrible reviews and are widely hated, and I'm unbelievably bored right now, so maybe I should give Velma a go.
Normally, origin stories are about tall, handsome guys struggling with the burden of being handed even more power. And if they are about girls, it's usually like, hey, what made this hot chick go crazy?
And how do you feel about race-blind casting, Daphne?
Well, as an Asian woman, I, think it's cool. I mean, not to oversimplify a thorny issue, but everyone loves it when white people play Jesus or a professional boxer.
This early? Really? I'm 15 seconds in, brother.
See, now if this was a show, it'd be super hot if you two kissed.
They've already broken the fourth wall and self-referenced themselves about 10 times within 2 minutes.
A basic bitch who doesn't even know how to use hashtags?
No, I'm also hashtag the owner of Spooners. Oh, the baby's kicking. Hashtag get my new camera out of my bag, I'm on.
What's happening? What year are we in? I'm already confused.
You need a real camera to capture real, unmanufactured moments.
Velma! There you are!
Norville? What the hell?
You didn't answer my VMs, voicemails. And then my dad heard me call you the B word, so I lost my phone for 24 hours. But I had to find you because I still don't know if you listened to my VMs, voicemails.
Can you, shut up?
Who is that? No, who actually is that? Is that supposed to be Shaggy? Norville? Oh god. I mean, this is Shaggy. This is Shaggy. I mean, even this is Shaggy. You just had to go and mess my guy up.
It has something to do with drugs, which I hate.
What was that silent pause for? What do you want from me? Please stop.
Big one!
Stop! You can't die!
Why? I'm weird and no one likes me!
That's not true. I like you. Like you.
Wait, what? No, you don't. You're like a brother to me. That's hilarious.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Lil bro got friendzoned hard. Rest in peace, Norville.
Fred's a rich white guy with a tiny dong. He did it. Now, excuse me. I have to go find my missing mother.
You didn't mention Fred had a tiny dong.
Oh, yeah. Real baby carrot. And I'm gonna ride it all the way to victory.
Huh?
What did he just say?
Yeah, real baby carrot. And I'm gonna ride it.
Huh?
Can I just quickly intersect and say, this brother's hairline is done out here.
All our classmates are idiots or sheep, so let's assume they're high.
Man, if I ever even think about getting into 420 culture, or especially 420 related humor, kill me.
Ah, I get it, because he's usually zonked out of his mind and loves 420, I see.
Thank you. But if the kids in every teen show ever can get through a brush with a deranged serial killer, so can I.
Please stop breaking the fourth wall. I'm starting to lose it.
Looking for your family is a big deal.
Yeah, it's just, you know how different I am from my mom's. I need to find out who I really am. Where do I come from? And how is my hair the color of buffalo wings?
I just always figured your parents were Wilma Flintstone and Daniel Day Kim.
Freeze! Person in baseball hat putting drugs in my daughter's locker and other Oompa Loompa person.
This has actually been an alright stretch of a couple minutes, to be fair. This isn't too bad.
Hello, friends. My name is Fred. What's yours?
No way this scrumptious muffin removed those girls' brains.
Thanks, news lady.
Stop! No pictures! Unless it's in portrait mode.
Oh God, he looks like Hitler! And not just because we compare everyone to Hitler these days.
Why is Fred getting ragged on so badly already? I mean, this sequence of events has been kind of interesting, to be fair, I guess. But he's already being painted horribly. I don't think I've witnessed one good character yet.
Nothing can stop me from buying Velma's love! Oh, that might.
Bro, they've actually made Shaggy / Norville a crazy mega simp. Why have they done this to him?
Norville!
What was that? What have I just watched there?
Should I kiss you like Daphne did? Without consent, I'll remind you.
No, don't kiss me. I'm already too confused.
Kissing me would confuse you? Wait, why?
This isn't about you right now. Just make me laugh like last time.
But a kiss might awaken passions we've been too scared to admit. Why deprive ourselves that knowledge?
Stop it. Get some help.
No, why have they made Norville so creepy, man? Bro, she sounds distressed, like she's freaking out. She's literally dying. Stop trying to slide in, Jesus.
Nobody watches me pee quite like Mother.
Okay, so I've just finished the 3rd episode, and bar a Meat Canyon Velma here and an abhorrent amount of weird comments and unfunny social commentary there, I've finally finished the first 3 episodes of Velma, and I'm going to bed. Oh, quickly, they did do a little decent bit saying that, hey, mental health is serious and not a laughing matter, alright? So, they did that. That's good. For the rest of the episodes, I'm going to go for a post rundown and give my thoughts that way, as just sitting at my PC watching the show live has made me lose my mind, and I'm not doing that for another 3+ hours. Episode 4 started with a few creepy old dudes ranking the girls at the school by hotness. Wait, what? A little bit weird, but that seems normal for this show, to be honest.
Wait, so a couple of middle-aged white dudes are gonna decide which of us are hottest?
At least Velma is actually calling that out, though. That's good. That's great. Oh, she's making the list now instead? Nice. A really nice show. Due to this, in an attempt to survive, the girls start acting... Fred makes the list instead, due to his female enlightenment? Okay. Daphne gets locked in her room for being attractive. Wait, what? And Velma has to make the pretty girls as clapped as possible to save them from being murdered, I guess. Jesus Christ. Norville teaches us about geodes, and we find out that the mayor and the chief policeman are both nonces. I'm not kidding.
They are so hot, Daddy like it.
I'm getting the word nonce.
Episode 5 was like a fever dream, to be honest. It's a mashup of political and racial jokes intertwined with Daphne finding her goofy-ass real parents in the crystal mines straight out of Buried from Black Ops. And Norville gets a girlfriend named Gigi. Oh yeah, not to forget in this episode, Velma and Gigi have a flute off. And at one point, Velma fucking dies. Twice. Episode 6 starts off alright, continuing to develop some backstory with Velma and Daphne confirming her origin story. Then Velma turns into Andrew Tate out of nowhere and calls Norville a bitch, essentially.
Really? Even though he's the one who basically taught you to be a beta?
There's a point where Velma actually does a potentially funny little bit where she says that all strippers are just wanting their dad's attention, but it's really odd because in this context, she's the teen pole dancing right in front of her dad. Velma and her dad get over this and do some bonding. Daphne gets absolutely murked by her actual parents and then saved by her adoptive cop parents. Could be a Fairly Odd Parents reboot, HBO Max, hit me up. And Norville completes his arc from simp to Sigma right back to square one. The next episode starts off with a decent joke actually, everyone thinking the serial killer is just a ghost and everything's fine, with a few self-referencing jabs that actually kind of landed and made me go from a stone-walled deadpan face to a somewhat smirk. There's a festival called Fogfest where Velma dresses up as a man and everything goes great for her. They somehow manage to throw out even more jokes about things being easy for men and white people in general. Now, I'm not saying that they're not making a valid point here, I'm just saying that if there was a counter for how many times they take shots at men and white people, I think it would be off the charts right now. Norville's got a little top knot going on and it looks pretty cool. They have an old style Scooby-Doo run-in with the killer and have a heading for the next episode thanks to having the killer's phone. Episode 8 starts with a flashback sequency thing, and common theme here is actually okay when they do it for the first time. But then they do so much meta commentary on it and break the fourth wall a bunch, and by the 16th iteration of the concept, I'm dying.
The strongest use of flashbacks on TV is when one character's flashback is intercut with another.
How does that work?
Fred gets swiped and put with all the girls' brains that have been killed throughout the show. He then goes on to fall in love with them, or something, I don't really know. The remaining 3 crew members plus Gigi do some investigating, so more character development happens, kinda, with both Gigi and Daphne leaving due to issues with the other 2. And then they all fall down into a ravine. They're stuck, they fall again, they find Velma's mother and Fred, and then they escape in the not mystery mobile. Episode number 9. This episode has the best concept for an episode in my opinion by far. Dia, Velma's mum, has amnesia and needs to think everything's just how she left it years ago for 72 hours, so that she can fully regain her memory and figure out who the killer is. While Daphne and Fred hatch a plan to get popular again, and Fred's mum tries to groom her. It was still pretty hard to watch, but it was okay. The season finale, thank God. I forgot to mention, in the end of episode 9, Velma's mum says that she's the serial killer and gets sent to jail for that. So in the finale we find out that she's been hypnotised and forced to do these things by the murderer. It's pretty insane storytelling, I know. Norville changes schools due to Velma being such a bad friend and person in general, to be honest. Some detective work here and a revelation there leads to the big reveal of who the serial killer actually is. It was Victoria, Fred's mum. She did all of this to swap Fred's brain with a hot girl's so they could take over the company after her. She initially wanted the brains she took, then she wanted Daphne's, and finally she wants Velma's. Why? They get captured again, they break free again. Fred, continuing the theme of being done so dirty throughout the show, gets captured again and they get held at gunpoint by Victoria. Norville shows up out of nowhere and trickshots Fred's mum, and they escape. Velma and her mum rekindle their relationship while locking her dad and his girlfriend plus baby outside. Sorry, what? They tie things up pretty well and then leave a cliffhanger for season 2, which was actually okay. I think you can say lots of negative things about Velma, the weird pacing of the show, the fixation on certain opinions and hate towards others, or the fact it is just flat out bad here and there. But the main thing with Velma is that, in my opinion, it's just not very funny. For a show focused on the comedy side of things, the jokes just don't really land, the shock value is a little bit forced, and the fundamentals of a setup and execution of something potentially funny is just non-existent. The show crams potentially funny thing here and oh my god look at this funny thing there so much that it ended up with me not even cracking a smile really. The show's style and animation is actually quite Scooby-Doo-esque and the transitions and layout are also fine. There were a few actually potentially good scenarios and situations within the show, and when they focused on the mystery aspect and the backstory side, it was actually quite good, but they were just executed so poorly. I think if they dial back the forcing of jokes and social meta commentary in every single scene by about 90%, the show would have been okay. They make a valid or good point, and then they just keep on going and going and going. It turns what was a potentially funny or interesting bit into, well, Velma Season 1. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great week, and remember, if you're going through some shit, nothing bad lasts forever, and nothing really matters, so just be happy. Well, in a bit.